Even if you knew this day was coming, nothing can really prepare you for the real deal. Today feels surreal. It doesn't matter if we knew it was coming at some point. Roger Federer has announced that Laver Cup next week will be his last competitive tennis event. He is ready to step away. Or should I say, he's forced to step away. It's not really a choice. There are different kinds of retirements in sports. Sometimes you can't win anymore. Sometimes you're interested in other stuff. You want to do other things. Usually, your body tells you you can't do it anymore. Your body tells you no mas, done. And unfortunately, that's what's happened here. Roger Federer suffered another setback. I heard about it in New York. I heard that Basel was in doubt. And as soon as I heard that, I was concerned. Because you think about the timeline here. Roger goes on injury absence after Australia, January of 2020. He takes more than over a full year to come back right before Roland Garros in 2021 in Geneva. He comes back and has issues at Wimbledon and then has to go back to the drawing board, have more medical intervention, additional surgery, what felt like a medical Hail Mary. And if you're going to continue to have setbacks at a certain point, you have to listen to what your body is telling you. And that's what Roger Federer had to do here. It can feel disappointing. It can feel like I wish Roger had his proper send-off. And I understand that. And I feel that as well. But a couple things to keep in mind here. 3 things. First of all, we got way more Roger Federer than we ever could have asked. We're talking about a Wimbledon final against Novak Djokovic. I'm talking about 2019. What is he? 38 years old. That Australian Open title in 2017 and 2 additional majors subsequently. He's 36. He's 37 for those. I mean, the longevity is absolutely sublime. And it was a lot of bonus. It was a lot of bonus. So, in a way, Federer went out on his shield, sucked out every ounce of what his body had to offer. And he kept winning. He continued to be competitive. He continued to be one of the best players in the world until he couldn't take the court anymore. I mean, his last match, conventionally, because Laver Cup is kind of a gray area, his last match was a Wimbledon quarterfinal. And even that felt like Federer as a shell of himself, which is astonishing, right? Because he was pretty good in that 2021 comeback by most accounts and by most standards. I also think that fans should take solace in the fact that he is going to play a farewell tour, in my opinion. Gill, what are you talking about? He said he's not. No. He said that he is not going to play on the tour anymore. He said that he's not going to play Grand Slams anymore. Guess what? I'm pretty sure he is going to do a world tour, an exhibition tour with Teammate. He is going to pack the largest stadiums in the world, and he is going to give the fans, his fans around the world, a chance to savor his tennis, celebrate his career, and give him a proper send-off. I am confident that that is going to happen. So now let me talk a little bit about Federer in general. You know, there was the winning. We all know the numbers, the class, the charm. But what was so uniquely Roger Federer and what I thought was the coolest thing about the Roger Federer phenomenon was how enamored so many people were with the way he played the game, how infectious his tennis was for so many, and the gravitational pull that his tennis had. That to me was my favorite. And I think it comes down to this. Everyone wants and aspires to make hard stuff look easy. Isn't that the ideal? You make something really, really difficult, really, really hard. You make it look easy, knowing that the path to making it look easy was hard work, was dedication, was practice, and maybe less glamorous kind of stuff. But the end result is you're making something that's really hard to do look super easy. And with Federer's efficiency, with the way he moved, the way he constructed points, having every single shot so that he was comfortable in any position, that you didn't know what he was going to do next, that he was balanced, that he looked relaxed. That concoction, the way Roger Federer played tennis, peak efficiency, and he made it look simple. He made it look easy. And everyone wants that. So you could say that I had an evolution as a player. But that very first dream, that very first idea of how I would like to enjoy this game was certainly an idea that was conceived by watching Roger Federer play. There was also a joy in the shot making that Roger Federer produced. And in a way, you know, comparing him to his great rivals, and Roger Federer, as great as he was individually, should be just as honored to have been a part of the big three and to have created, to be 1/3 of the big three. And I think that goes for all of them. What they created for men's tennis, remarkable. But, there was a unique joy in watching Federer work his magic against a lesser opponent. And I don't know if that is quite as true for Djokovic and Nadal. For Djokovic and Nadal, I enjoy them being pushed. I enjoy them going to war. I like that for Federer. But I think for Federer more than the others, I actually liked watching him as a superior. I think he was at his best like that because of the joy in shot making. And I have a story about that. I was thinking about some of the moments that kind of stand out to me with Federer, and there are all of these super obvious ones. I remember where I was when he played the 2019 Wimbledon final. I remember where I was when he played the 2008 Wimbledon final against Nadal. I remember where I was when he played the 17 final against Nadal at the Australian Open. I remember all those moments. But for some reason, what I was thinking about this morning when I learned the news is a first-round match at the U.S. Open against Brian Dabul, where Dabul hit a lob over Roger Federer's head, and everyone inside Arthur Ashe Stadium knew it was coming because they had seen it before. The tweener was coming. And there was a remarkable anticipation in the building as Federer was going back to retrieve that ball and to hit a tweener. And he struck it clean, and it was a winner, and it must have gone 80 miles per hour, and it landed right in the corner. It was the best tweener I've ever seen him hit, much better than the one he hit against Djokovic a couple of years back. And here's a first-round match that's entirely uncompetitive, yet it's delivered a moment that everyone in the stadium is going to remember and cherish. There was a standing ovation after that point for about a minute and a half. And I remember reacting to that tweener. I remember enjoying it with my dad to my left, going crazy over how amazed we were at that very shot. And there was always those magical moments in a Roger Federer match. More than anyone who I've ever seen play the game, there were those magical moments. Those only Federer moments. Those only Federer shots. A joy in shot making. An ability to make the supremely difficult look easy. All through his efficiency, which he not only carried on the court, but even off the court, when rarely did he look stressed. Rarely did it look like this life wasn't one worth leading. My first YouTube video that I ever made about tennis on this channel was about the adjustments he made against Rafael Nadal to beat him in the 2017 Australian Open final. And this morning, I was on Tennis Channel calling a Davis Cup match when Federer announced his retirement. I have gone through life with Roger, right? And all the big three. I'm just indebted. I'm indebted to him for all of these moments and to be able to grow with him. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.